Good morning and welcome to a day in my life. So I have been saying I was going to do this video for a little bit now, and it felt like as good a time as any. I'm going to be very honest with you. We're still not fully figured out on our schedule with me working from home and also homeschooling. It's been a little bit rocky, and so I feel like we're doing better now than we were in the beginning, but it's still being ironed out. So right now it is 5:13 in the morning. Normally what I have been doing is, originally I was getting up at 5, and recently I've been trying to get up at 4:30 so I can get some Bible done in the morning because I was consistently skipping my Bible. This morning I got up at 4:30, but I couldn't find my tripod and then I couldn't find my glasses, and then it's just been kind of a mess. And so normally what I'll do is I'll get up at 4:30 and I will listen to my audio Bible while I'm putting on my makeup, and then I will sit down and do my Bible study time for like 20 minutes, and then I will get some laundry switched over and all of that. But anyway, all that to say, I am running behind, and so I haven't even done any of my things at all. So I'm going to listen to my audio Bible and do my makeup now, and then I have to start some laundry and get to work. I would start laundry the night before, but it's Thursday, and Wednesdays are probably our hardest days. We have chess club in the afternoon, and so I work from chess club. I bring my laptop and I work at our my middle son's chess club. We get home and I normally have a couple of things to wrap up with work, and then I have to get ready fed real quick, and then or out the door for church, and then we don't get home from church until about 8 to 8:30, and so then it's trying to get ready to bed, and I end up crashing, or like last night I stayed up way too late because I'm like trying to decompress. So I just started the laundry this morning, and I'll get it switched over whenever I hear it stop, because I tend to work out in our living room, and so I can hear the laundry from where I'm at. So right now what I'm going to be doing is I have a second laptop set up over here, and I set up videos that I'm going to cast to the TV during the day for the kids. So I'll have them set up on different tabs. So it's normally like preschool songs or we call them preschool songs, but they're like skip counting and months of the year, days of the week, stuff like that for my kindergartner. And then we do a Douglas Talks, which is a little puppet guy who does kind of Bible stories, character, stuff like that, little Sunday school lessons. And then any science or history related videos that I have to go with our curriculum. Yeah, I haven't been filming as much. My 5-year-old just called me up. She's like, Mom, it's been a while since you filmed. Okay, so it is 6:49, and I'm about to go get up my kids. My youngest just got up, and so to wake them up, and they will get started on getting dressed, making their bed, doing their first morning chore, which is my younger batch of kids. So I have my 3 younger kids and then my teenager. And so my teenager loads the dishes at night and my younger kids unload the dishes in the morning. And so they will get that done before they start breakfast. I don't know if you can see the giant mess behind me. You'll have to just ignore that because, like I said, Wednesday nights are kind of crazy, and so Thursdays things are a little bit messier. Also, I can't find my brush, so I haven't even brushed my hair this morning. So we're just off to a fantastic start. It is 7:30, and so I have logged out from work. So what we do is, I think I might have mentioned this, I work from 5:30 until 7:30. And then I take a break from 7:30 until 9, and we do our devotions, and I do lessons with the younger kids for their math and their language arts. And then I get back to work while they start working on their independent work. So they are eating and starting on World Watch. I am going to go join them. I have a waffle and some strawberry cream cheese. Normally I try to do oatmeal for myself in the morning. I typically pre-make that, and then I will have it in the refrigerator, which, by the way, you can make oatmeal. I've tried doing the overnight oats. It just doesn't taste the same, but you can make oatmeal and put it in like mason jars and for individual servings. And then you just pour a little bit of milk in it and pop it in the microwave for like 45 seconds and you have oatmeal. So that's typically what I do, but I didn't do it this weekend. So I am having a waffle with strawberry cream cheese. Ooh, we're talking about the tongue today.
I see chapter 2.
Yeah, so yesterday we talked about being doers of the word and not merely hearers of the word, and how that needs to come from a heart posture. It can't just be like, we're going to try harder and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It has to be from a heart that is desiring to love and honor God. Moving on, though, now we have some more practical. So if anyone thinks he is religious without controlling his tongue, his religion is useless and he deceives himself. Pure and undefiled religion before God the Father is this: to look after orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself unstained from the world. Why do you think the tongue is so important? What does that mean?
Oh, I know.
What do you think, Kaylin?
It means that the tongue can easily say something simple.
Yeah, and something hurtful too. We can sin against our brothers and sisters, and we can damage them and damage our witness. Okay, so we have wrapped up devotions and we are moving on to lessons. The hardest thing I think I've had with homeschooling and working is trying to figure out how to check all of the work. And so that is kind of like the one component that I'm still trying to work out. I figured out most everything else on how to make it work and keep it balanced. It's just checking. So right now I'm trying to get caught up on checking. I'm about 2 or 3 days behind on checking my second son's language arts, and so I'm going to check that real quick before he moves on. He's working on his math, and my oldest daughter is trying to find her language arts because she did it somewhere else yesterday and now cannot find it. So can you start with recite the multiply by 3 table? So times 3. Count by 3s for me.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 22, 27, 30, 36.
Good job. Okay. Understanding millimeters. So measure each line to the nearest centimeter. So we're going to need your ruler. Homophones sound alike, but they're not spelled the same. So like C with your eyes and sea as in like the ocean. And there and there, here and here. So we're here, and we can also hear things.
See, me, she, weep, keeps, we, see, be seen,
Okay, you want to do it?
be here. She eats, we reach,
Good.
he, means, near,
Oh, I love animals.
eat, beats.
Your body is different from an animal. You are different from an animal in the way you look, eat, dress, and live. God has given life to animals. God has given animals breathing systems so that the animals can live. God has given digestive systems to animals. Animals have bones and muscles. Both animals and people need food, air, and water to live. In this section of your life pack, you will learn about some parts of your being and body that make you different from animals. Okay, it is 8:58, probably 8:59 now. And we are wrapping up because I have to log back into work. So I have a meeting that I have normally somewhere between 9 and 9:30. And so I have to go log back in and log into my meeting. I'm going to go grab the laundry and flip my computer around so that way I can do my meeting and fold laundry at the same time. Okay, so meeting number one ended about an hour ago. The kids went and did all of their independent work while I was in my meeting, and shortly thereafter. And so at that point, that was probably about 10:15. They went outside, so they are having some outside playtime for a break. And actually today is a 2 meeting day for me, which is not normal. I normally have 1 meeting, and so thankfully we're slow everywhere else, and so it's makes it a little bit easier. But I'm about to go into meeting number 2 for the day. After that meeting is over, I will probably call the kids in to sit down and then have them do their reading and anything else that they need to finish up, and then I will get back to work. Probably lift my desk up so that way I can get some steps in while I am like answering emails and things like that. Okay, so we have a slight change of scenery. I am actually in my room right now, so the lighting is really bad. But I have a second setup in my bedroom with a desk, which I highly recommend if you work from home and you homeschool, because I will spend most of the morning out in the living room with the kids so that way I can kind of like keep an eye on them, make sure they're staying on track. And obviously they're doing their independent schoolwork, and so they're not too boisterous, but it can get a little loud whenever school is done. And so when school is done, then occasionally if they are really rowdy and they have been outside a lot and they want to play inside, I'll come into my bedroom and I'll sit at my desk in my bedroom and work from my bedroom and until I'm done for the day, or at least until it's like they are settled down a little bit and I can go back out there. And so I have been working in my room for a couple of hours. It's 3 o'clock now, and so I am going to take a break. I actually just logged out for a minute while I am talking to you. So I don't normally take a lunch. What I will do is typically I will take a break and around lunchtime, and I will do history and anything that we need to get caught up on for that 30 minutes, which is actually what I'm going to go do now, is do the history and all that stuff. But normally I will do that, and then at the very tail end of that I'll heat up my food and then I will sit down and I'll eat and work at the same time. But we had a meeting right around lunchtime, and so I just kind of made my lunch during the meeting and ate. That actually works out, so now I have even more time to dedicate to paying attention to my kids. So we're gonna go out and I'm gonna go try to track them down and do our history lesson and see if there's anything else that they needed help with. Okay, a little break to show y'all what's been going on with my garden. If you've been around here for a while, you'll know that I used to have in this area a big garden. I had vegetables and everything, and then I got it was way too much. So now we actually have a proper actual space. So everything looks a little sad. So that's a sage that will eventually be a big 5-foot by 5-foot sage that will take over that space, and the same thing over in there. And then we've got some marigolds that are going to bloom up in here in our area. I should be able to keep these alive in pots. I'm hoping if I take them inside whenever it gets super cold. And those are my little pop-up lilies. We have my daylily, which is about to bloom. It's a little sad because I've been neglecting it. My rooster got moved. You are supposed to be there. And then I have a desert rose over in here, and then my cannas, which are coming back. These are so crazy. So they're beautiful. They get to be about 4 foot tall, and they're yellow. But I planted one of them from my mother-in-law on each side on Mother's Day last year, and look at how crazy they are. I had no experience with cannas before this, and they just kind of take over. Okay, and it's been requested that we are going to do history outside. So we are going to sit outside, which is actually kind of nice after being inside staring at a computer screen all day. So we're going to sit outside and do history. What 3 countries were fighting for control of North America?
France, England, and Spain?
Spain, good job. The English heard that the French were moving south into the Ohio River Valley. Why did this alarm them?
Because Robert Emperor was probably going to attack. He was probably attacking their land. Because they wanted the land.
Yeah. They might lose this land to the French forever.
Yeah, I guess that part was a bit dramatic.
What young Virginian carried George II's message to the French? Remember his name? Who was it?
King George Washington.
George Washington.
Wait a minute, I know that guy.
You should know that guy.
I mean, no, I
He was the
don't.
first
No.
president.
That's right, he was the first president. We are done with history, and I am getting back to work. But first, I am putting on my tennis shoes. Ugh. Whoa. Because I did not get my steps in. So I have about 30 more minutes of work to do, and then I will be done for the day. So I am going to get my walking pad out and walk for the last 30 minutes of work. Okay, so I am done for the day. I've actually been done for the day, but I did work a little bit over, which tends to happen. So how I have my day set up is that I tend to work from 5:30 until anywhere between 4 and 5 in the evening, but I'm not working the whole time. Like I was showing, I take breaks to do school, and so it ends up being that I am sort of within that time, I give a full dedicated 8 hours, actually a lot of times more than 8 hours to my job, because I very much value and appreciate the fact that I have the privilege of being able to be at home with my kids and being able to work. And I want to give my kids the attention that they need, but also I want to give my job what they're paying me for. And so I really value my work, in addition to valuing being able to homeschool. And so sometimes if my kids have been a little bit louder in the day and I've been a little bit more distracted, I'll work more than 8 hours because I know that I haven't given them what they're paying me for. And then sometimes they're very focused on their play, and I'm able to get a lot of work done, and I only need to work my normal 8 hours. It just kind of depends on the day. So today I clocked out at 5 o'clock and I was all set to start on dinner, and my husband calls me and he's like, do you want to go pick up Chick-fil-A because it's payday? And I'm like, you know what? That sounds kind of nice. And so I'm put an order in and I'm going to go pick up Chick-fil-A for dinner. And I'm going to close out this video here. So thank you so much for hanging out with me all day today. That is kind of just a rough idea of what our days look like and how we have them set up. So what I'm going to do from here on out is that I am going to go pick up dinner, and then we're going to come home and eat. I'm going to try to get some grading done, like maybe during dinner or right after dinner, so that way I am caught up because I am falling behind. And then we'll just spend the evening together. And yeah, it's Thursday. We don't have a lot that we do on Thursday evenings. If this is your first time watching any of my videos, I don't think I've even introduced myself. Hi, I am Brittany. I am a homeschool mom of 4 kids, high school to kindergarten. And I am trying to get back into doing weekly videos again. So if you like that kind of content, of a homeschool mom who also happens to work full-time from home, I'd love for you to stick around and subscribe. And until next time, bye.